It's time to sing a song about SmackDown, where Randy Orton attacked the New Day.
I had Kofi in my head. He talks to me when I'm in bed. He talked to me. He talked to me. Oh! Hello and welcome to the WrestleRamble show. I've screwed up the intro. That's not how we do it. We usually say the title of the episode, which is Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Looks like it finally might be happening as a one-on-one main event singles feud. I am a returning Ollie Davis. It's nice to be here.
Yes.
I appreciate all the Brock Lesnar jokes. Somewhat overlooking the insane schedule I've had for the last 4 years, but that's fine.
You're just not allowed time off.
It's a compliment.
It's absolutely. Everyone just wants more of you.
But I'm back now for at least 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm joined by Luke Owen.
Hello, Swaff Nation. No, I did a podcast stuff.
I don't know what we're doing now. I told you I felt rusty.
This is falling apart. You and I haven't done a show.
Steve here was yesterday.
I did tease on Twitter that I had a super special guest on today's show.
Oh, they must have been disappointed.
Well, I mean, only one person guessed it was you. Everyone else was like, gotta be Larson, right? You had Steve yesterday, gotta be Larson today.
They don't spend time apart. His name is Steve here, by the way. We saw his passport.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Do you want to talk about SmackDown, though?
Yes. So then we usually go, the show's sponsored
that's
by
right,
the WrestleTalk Almanac, a beautiful compendium of all the last years of stats and wins and losses and results and star ratings for pay-per-views. And then I say, press the thumbs up button.
When you talk about the WrestleTalk Almanac, it's probably worth saying go to WrestleTalk.BigCartel.com in order to order your copy.
I was going to get to that, but thanks for getting in there. Also, leave a comment in the normal comment section if you are watching this not live, and subscribe. I'll be back to normal soon.
Yep.
It's like my brain's in holiday mode and it's just...
Oh, it takes a little while, man. You got to get this cogs, but you got to all them back up again.
And we're joined by WrestleTalk.com's Randy Andy Datson, who will be answering your super chats after our main discussion point. So start getting those in now. So, Kofi versus Orton, eh?
Yeah, so Kofi is still champion. I'll try and catch you up on SmackDown as best I can. Not a lot has happened.
Kevin Owens, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He is the new Steve Austin. That's the biggest thing.
Liv Morgan is a thing.
That's on today's show, though. That's as of today.
Okay, so that wasn't...
No. Oh, no.
What else struck me by surprise? Aleister Black found his way out of that cupboard.
He did, yes. Cesaro was the one who knocked.
Right.
And they had a great match at Extreme Rules.
Drake Younger and Dolph Ziggler had a segment where they were just looking at their phones.
I think they were getting Kevin Owens' number so Dolph could call him, because Shane had said Kevin Owens has left the building, and so we need to find a way to get him back.
I thought it was a Tinder thing. And Nakamura's United States champion.
He did. No, he's the Intercontinental champion. He beat Finn Balor for it on the pre-show for Extreme Rules.
I'm pretty sure he's the United States champion. I'm 98% sure.
I think when I went to Canada last year, he did win the United States Championship.
From Rusev.
Was it from Rusev?
It was that feud. Yeah.
I thought that was in that was in January, wasn't it?
No, I think it's been going for... I'm 100% sure. Okay, yes. So, yes, Kofi. So Randy Orton returned on Raw after being away. He's been dealing with an injury, spine injury?
I believe so, yes.
Some form of injury for the last couple of months. We haven't really seen him, but he returned for the Battle Royal.
The cross-branded All-Star Top 10 Battle Royal to give it its full title. Yes, multiple times throughout the show to give it its full title.
And so when he returned, I was like, wow, Randy Orton has just walked out. Why isn't he getting a bigger pop? So it's because he returned the previous one.
Yeah. So a lot of people in our super chats yesterday and in the general chats were actually disappointed that Randy didn't win the Battle Royal, because they thought that Orton versus Lesnar is more appealing than Rollins versus Lesnar. Because we've sort of had Rollins-Lesnar for the first half of this year. Maybe it's time for something new. And I said on the show with Steve that I actually think that he's going to be going against Kofi. I think they're going to do Kofi Orton at SummerSlam. And I'm glad that they are going in that direction, because my big criticism I've had against Kofi's championship run thus far has been nothing against him. It's just been that he's been booked against people that are perceived to be as being mid-card. It was against a heel turn Kevin Owens that they didn't want to do. It was against Dolph Ziggler, who's never really been seen above a certain level.
Especially in the last 2-3 years.
Oh, I'd say almost say in the last 5-8 years. And then the other one's Samoa Joe, who just lost the United States Championship and has done not much more this year than being rolled up and looking angry.
Yeah, totally. And we've said all along that Randy Orton Kofi Kingston feud is just waiting to be told.
Yeah.
In all the gauntlet matches that really brought Kofi to the top of the SmackDown card leading into WrestleMania, I just assumed that's where they were going, because Randy Orton always seemed to be one of the last entry in the gauntlet match to take out Kofi. He was always there as a sort of obstacle. It makes sense for Randy to be that first challenger. To catch everyone up, if you're not aware, it was Randy who cut off Kofi Kingston's push in 2010.
Yeah, 2009, 2010, yeah.
Because
2009.
Yeah, just because I think Kofi missed a spot.
He missed a spot, and Randy did the now very famous stupid
because
brand.
Because he had a much shorter fuse back then, and he would just flip out at people. Yeah, he's got a lot of power backstage, so he just cut Kofi Kingston's push dead.
Yeah.
And that's a real shame, because Kofi had so much momentum around that time.
Yeah.
I remember watching this Madison Square Garden show, and he put, I believe it was like an elbow through the table, the announcer's table on Orton.
It was Randy Orton that also killed Kennedy's push as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so he's got prior. But this is a much more mellow Randy Orton in 2019.
And go by, this promo's a very mellow Randy Orton.
Yeah, right. RK.
I
say the rest.
fine. Yeah, I mean, I really won that title, I guess.
But Kofi, yeah, for all that, even though that isn't stuff that's been explicitly said on screen, it feels like there's an actual tension between them.
Kofi even he repeated the spot that I believe went wrong while he was getting this push into the lead of WrestleMania, and started shouting "stupid, stupid, stupid" at Randy Orton. So it's clearly something that they've been sort of working on themselves, and doing these spots to get people like us who kind of know the story and get them really interested in this feud. Maybe it's just because he needed some time off, but I think I think Kofi needed a much bigger star.
Oh, yeah.
And he needed a huge, legit main eventer to go against and get some wins over to really push him into this top guy stratosphere. Because at the moment, on SmackDown, he's the number 3 babyface behind Roman and Kevin Owens. And when you're the WWE champion, you don't really want to be third in the pecking order. You want to be a bit higher up that card. And this should be what Kofi needs, as long as he wins at SummerSlam. The other side of this as well, this happened in Extreme Rules. No one's ever bought into his opponents winning the title. Particularly at Extreme Rules, no one bought into Joe winning. Absolutely, There wasn't a cat in hell's chance of him winning that match. So come here, hopefully now they can try and build some near falls and build some teasers of Orton might actually win the title here, and Kofi's reign is in jeopardy.
Well, we'll go through what happened in the segment. The New Day come out to preempt Daniel Bryan's pre-announced career-altering announcement that was teased beforehand. And we'll talk about it more later, but Bryan just kept on faking out and he walked out.
Yeah.
But then Samoa Joe's music hits and he comes out and he challenges Kofi to put the WWE Championship on the line right now, if you're a real man. And then he was sporting a black eye, Samoa Joe.
Yeah, which we got from Extreme Rules.
In what spot? What happened?
I don't know what spot it was. He's got a bit of a shiner. It clearly didn't affect him too much, though, because he beat Finn Balor the following night in just over a minute.
And then Elias came out, also asked for a shot.
Crikey, can you imagine?
He's done so much.
I know, can you imagine at this point where you're Kofi really needs a big top tier main eventer, and they're like, Elias?
It's a mid-card belt. Yeah. And then then Randy Orton's music hits, and he looked so bored.
So bored.
He just said the most monotone promo. And back last year, Randy Orton was doing some of the best promo work of his career.
And that's with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, the sick stuff he did to Jeff Hardy one time, and then Jeff Hardy put himself through a table.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you put that alongside his performance here, it is like two completely different people. This was very wooden. No, that's even too much. I would say it was just, he didn't care.
There was no inflection in the voice. It was just him saying, I haven't had that gold around my waist for a long time. I think I want it now. And you will feel the 3 most dangerous letters, which he's been saying a lot as of late. Like, that's their new big catchphrase for him, is the 3 most dangerous letters in WWE. RKO. Really, the 3 most dangerous letters are VKM. But according to him, it's RKO.
But he doesn't even say the last letter, does he?
No.
He just goes R K. And then the whole crowd say O.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like he was letting them finish in
No.
this big emphatic finale. It was like he just ran out of breath.
Ran out of efforts to give.
Yeah. But then the New Day, there's 3 heels there. There's the 3 New Day members in the ring. Ho-ho, players.
I smell a 6-man tag, and it was Elias that made the suggestion of a 6-man tag. He said, we can't all have title shots, so why don't we have a 6-man right now? The New Day agreed, and no one was like, nah.
Which,
I thought it was great. It was like, no. I came out here for a title match. I'm not coming out for a 6-man tag with you jabronis. No thanks, mate.
Yeah, he says, 6-man? Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
And he walks out, which is like, maybe they said that to him. Maybe they were like, Randy, your new character is, you're a turn 1, you're only in it for the championship belt, everything else is beneath you.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. But he just completely misunderstands that character motivation, goes out there and actively craps on everything unless it's a title match.
But Kofi goaded him into it by saying that the Viper has gone limp. And Orton storms down to the ring to have this match.
Hey, yeah, you can't insult a man's erection and get away with it.
No.
I've got a boner to pick with you.
Oh, mate, Drake Maverick got a lot of boner jokes at his expense.
Attitude Era.
Which is why then you can take him super seriously on 205 Live in his feud with Mike Kanellis.
Who's also being taken very seriously.
So seriously, yeah.
So, yeah, a low blow in terms of promo words was had, and Randy accepted. And we got New Day versus Joe Elias and Orton, which, WWE 6-mans on TV.
Yeah.
It's very hard to not make them at least a little bit fun.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here.
Got some shrink screen stuff, and everyone ran wild. Everyone did some dives. Everyone did some moves. And the Trouble in Paradise and RKO were dodged. And then eventually, the heels just wiped everyone out. They wiped out Woods, where Joe choked him out with the clutch. Elias took out Big E with his high knee. And then, Kofi got hit with the RKO and he pinned the WWE champion, seemingly setting up the SummerSlam match.
Yeah. And even before then, I thought Kofi and Orton had good interaction in the ring.
Yeah.
There was like you said, there was the counter of the Trouble in Paradise, and then Randy Orton went for the RKO out of nowhere, or the RK out of nowhere, and Kofi dodged that as well.
Yeah.
It was nice stuff
really
between
good
them.
Stuff. I liked it.
And I was excited. I'm excited for it. This is the story of this episode. It was really a slightly below average episode in terms of enjoyability, but it set a lot of things up for the future.
Yeah.
Now, the reports are Eric Bischoff was not backstage, had nothing to do with any of this, hasn't really started his creative position yet.
He's literally only just moved to Stamford. The reports are he's not been backstage at all. His name's not even been mentioned in creative meetings. And the worry backstage, this was from The Observer last week, is that every week he's not there puts him 1 week behind implementing changes. Whereas Heyman, since he had the role announced, has been very much in the mix with the creative direction of the show because he was already there anyway. And so, apparently there's some backstage heat on Bischoff for not showing up for work.
I'm not back. Just to kind of recap this episode, we'll do the full review in a bit. We've got a Buddy Murphy push seemingly in the wings. Kevin, hey, let me have this. Liv Morgan, potentially a character revamp. Bayley versus Ember Moon as a title feud. Kevin Owens as a top badass babyface.
He's so good in this role. He is great in this role.
Aleister Black looking really strong against Cesaro. Kofi Kingston finally getting that Randy Orton feud. Nakamura and Ali over the US Championship.
Or the IC belt.
So we've got a lot of stuff here that is really good future feuds and will be very good wrestling matches with people we like.
Yes.
My concern is Eric Bischoff comes in, just like he did in TNA. These are not his kind of people. His kind of people he's like more in the Vince McMahon mold of talent spotting rather than Paul Heyman's. He comes in and he just goes, yeah, but I mean, who's the biggest person on the roster? I'm trying to...
No.
I mean, you can look at Raw, I guess, as well. You don't have to stick with SmackDown these
No,
days.
quite. And yeah, you might have missed this bit of news as well. WrestleVotes, very, very reliable WrestleVotes, said that Heyman and Bischoff, following Extreme Rules, which obviously Bischoff was meant to be starting today, they were given the option to completely wipe slates clean and scrap all SummerSlam plans that they had in place to have a complete fresh start with no agendas, no baggage, just a completely fresh start. So all the stuff that you might be excited for could be.
Exactly. That's why I'm a little bit apprehensive, but I'm also on the holiday bump of not having seen WWE for a week.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just excited to see recap packages of The Fiend.
It's nice having some time off, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, so before we get into the full review, let's head over to our Super Chat Center.
Yes, and guess what people are saying?
Welcome back.
That and who's that guy next to Luke?
Funny. It's
Good
funny.
jokes.
He's our intern. His name's Oliver.
Yeah.
He'll be here for a couple of weeks. So.
Good
Yeah,
jokes,
I
mate.
just want to,
Banter.
make people like me, and
Yeah.
I hope I don't step on any toes. I didn't shake your hand
sorry,
when I
yeah,
walked
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Air shake,
That is a great
you.
way to get heat backstage
Yeah.
at wrestling shows.
as you know.
I never did get heat for it, though.
Anyway, Tim Arndt, as usual, starts off our super chats with, "G'day lads, I hope today is treating you well and that you're less stressed than I am right now." Well,
Oh, mate, Tim.
sorry to hear that you're
Tim,
stressed, Tim.
yeah.
Have a deep breath, drink some water, sing a song.
Yeah. If so, you've got a problem. Can you do anything about it? If you can, don't worry. If you can't, don't worry.
It's all right, mate.
Don't worry about it.
Every little thing's going to be all right.
Exactly. Jobber JJ, who is Ollie Davis' #1 fan. You've already got fans. Says, I didn't
Getting
like
over.
the heels who don't get time. I didn't like the heels who don't get TV time being with Shane.
Yeah, Matt, we'll get to that. The Omni Shane has grown to ludicrous proportions. But yeah, we'll come to that.
Will Adams, who is Luke Owens' #1 fan, says, did you guys happen to catch the Kanellis and Drake Maverick promo from 205 Live? Don't usually watch 205, but it was some good poop.
Yeah, but it's impossible to take seriously because just 24 hours earlier, one of them was being beaten in less than a minute by Zack Ryder, and they announced when they won, your winner in under a minute, Zack Ryder, and the other one was pinned on a bed in his underwear while trying not to prematurely ejaculate in front of his wife.
When you put it like that,
So
it's not the most effective way.
So all of a sudden now they're like, and now these two people are cutting serious promos, and it's just like they're not serious characters. They're two jokes, so it's impossible to take. And also, it just creates more disconnect between Raw and 205 Live.
It's Earth S. It's a different continuity.
Yeah, it's a multiverse.
King Farms says, first time super chatter, been here watching you guys for years now, and you guys give me a real laugh to start my day. Cheers, fellas.
Thanks,
Oh,
mate.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Michael Dominguez calls me Andai, says, who is your favourite wrestler and tag team of all time? I got a question.
Well, no, you think he's addressing you. You might be
Oh,
talking
he's-
to Andy McDowell.
That's true.
Or he's saying Andy, comma, and then the question's actually for us to get your
Or
attention.
You can answer it as well.
You go.
There you go.
Favourite wrestler, Daniel Bryan during that run towards WrestleMania 30, and tag team,
Kabuki Warriors.
Deuce and Domino. Tony Pentakanen says, guys, you didn't answer my question yesterday, so have you seen any Finnish wrestling besides Ludwig Borger? To be fair, we didn't answer that, did we?
No, we just started talking about Finland, I think.
Yeah.
I think Steve had a story to tell. I've not seen any Finnish wrestling, no.
No.
I've seen some finishes in wrestling,
I
though.
was going to... Thanks, Luke.
You're welcome.
Hound89 says, hey, long-time listener, first-time pledge. Just want to say you guys help me wake up in the morning.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
Brush your teeth now.
Yeah.
Michael Dominguez. again
Breakfast is
says,
the most important meal of the day.
what is your perfect triple threat with NXT, WWE versus AEW versus TNA?
Well, that's a
One person from
4.
WWE, one person from AEW, one person from classic TNA.
Motor City Machine Guns, classic TNA, tag team wise. I'm thinking of a tag team triple threat ladder match.
Okay,
That's where I was
well
going.
then the Young Bucks surely, and probably the Usos, or the Revival.
Or the Revival, yeah.
Sure.
Good shout.
Good call. Tajwur Collins, thank you very much for your donation. Cactus
Thank you.
Cloud says, so damn pleased to see Liv on TV and having a match. Her and Murphy deserve more screen time. More, please.
Buddy Murphy in particular, I completely agree with you. Yeah, it was nice to see Liv getting a shot, but it's just so weird because like they've had 14 weeks to work this out, and she still came out to the Riot Squad music, and I'm like, come on, guys, you've done nothing to do.
I don't want to do the Dave Meltzer here, but Buddy Murphy's lost the sort of washboard abs that he had. I noticed.
The old Dave.
Stop body shaming
Body
people.
shaming people,
No,
for
it's
God's
just
sake.
because he's moved to the main roster now, so maybe he's trying to
Bulk up even more, yeah.
Yeah.
206.
Jobber J says, Ollie, I missed you. Who did you cash in on?
I cashed in on. I was kind of hoping the joke would come.
That's what Drake Maverick's wife was saying as well.
I cashed in on Seth Rollins.
Good joke. Ty Hankey says, aha, well, if it isn't Ollie Lesnar.
Uh-huh.
And then Eric Enigma says, looks like Ollie Lesnar has signed a new contract.
Yeah, that's all sorted now. Oh,
Yeah.
Laurie's
Well, hello,
walked in.
Laurie.
And he's looking at a... Hey, Laurie,
Should we
show
just
your face.
Hi.
Should we not
Mine? Yeah. Seems to be okay. No, it's not.
Oh,
No,
if we are
not.
having mic issues, maybe. We're just fixing that shortly.
Sorry, Nate just messaged me.
Oh,
Cool.
there we go.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully
Thanks,
that's
Laurie.
okay.
My
Thanks,
bad,
Laurie.
my bad. I have just seen a couple of messages. Sorry about that, folks, but hopefully you could hear me over the other two mics. Jeremiah Jones, thank you very much for your donation. Ryan B. Bad says, hello, Luke. Welcome back, Ollie and Randy. Andy Datson is the Jar Jar Binks of WrestleTalk.
That's harsh. Jar Jar Binks had a character.
And then, when I wasn't here the other day, Luke was like, "Oh, at least we got now." When Laurie was here, he's like, "Oh, at least we got someone with a bit of charisma."
Well, that's only because you were making jokes about the fact that none of us have hair. And so he thought he was being funny by donating to our channel and doing a super
you
chat.
did like a joke that I made.
not what we were talking about, though,
Jibe
Randy.
Gosley says, dedicating my first super chat to celebrate Ollie's return.
Hey, we're all
I'm
celebrating
back.
the return,
God, it's
yeah.
hot in here.
It is very hot in here. Blake, I don't know, it's someone's name, Ollie. Can you help me here?
Blake Pork.
Blake Pork, yeah. Blake Ham. No.
The other one.
The other one.
Ah. You mean, well, that's not, I think that's Flake.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
that's
yeah,
Flake
no, yeah, it is
Cadbury's.
Flake. Flake what?
Cadbury's.
Flake Cadbury's.
Oh, yeah, he says, crap, Todd is back.
Okay.
And
It's
we
like that,
will
is it?
do two more for now. Buddy Murphy to Shane's mid-card Vortex confirmed. That's from the AdNap 2.
Oh, yeah.
And Tomo with a
Tomo.
wonderful donation. Thank you very much, Tomo. Says, hello, people. Welcome back, Ollie. I hope you enjoyed your little holiday. Looks like me, Tim Arndt, and Jobber JJ have formed a little team together. Obviously, I'm the leader. I guess there they are, the Super Chatters Supreme.
They are the...
Tomo's Super Chat Vortex.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sucking everyone in.
So the full show kicked off with a earlier today clip.
Well, we had a recap of Owens last week, which I thought was good for you because you didn't see
That
last
was
week.
helpful.
And that was like Kevin Owens, he turned babyface the week prior to that when he attacked Dolph Ziggler.
Saw that one.
Yeah. Were you there for that show?
I was there for that show.
Okay, well then last week really cemented it because he came out and cut this promo essentially saying the reason why WWE sucks at the moment is there's too much Shane. The McMahons told us in December we'd be the authority. That was a lie. Shane's just all over the shows now, and this show is terrible because of it. And then the first 10, 15 minutes of the show was all Shane. There was a nice little drop of irony in essentially telling your audience this show is terrible because of this one character, and then that one character being all over it.
So has there been any mention of Shane and Kevin Owens' previous feud?
No.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I believe Kevin Owens' motivation back then, albeit as a heel, was to say, Shane, you're giving the wrong people opportunities.
He was abusing his power.
Yeah, you're not giving me opportunities.
Yeah.
And now that's come to pass.
Yes.
And Kevin Owens is a babyface.
Yeah, but they're just saying that the show's boring because Shane's in charge.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of context there
Well,
that would make it better.
Apparently, the only people that care about continuity are the New Day. Because I really appreciate when Kofi got the microphone, he said, I don't like Kevin Owens. because the North doesn't forget, which I think is a Game of Thrones reference.
It's a Lord of the Rings thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, dorks. And it was, it said that it's, we don't like him. Absolutely, I don't trust him. But he's not wrong. You are all over this show, and anyone on this stage could be a WWE champion, like me. You're just not giving them the opportunities, and Shane cut the mic off. But that was later on. We'll recap the first thing first.
Yeah, so Shane is waiting for Kevin Owens to arrive earlier in the day, and there's some, NXT trainee security standing in a line before them. And Kevin Owens just opens the door, walks in, says, hey, and Shane's like, you're given the night off for your actions last week.
He doesn't like insubordination. Now he said, I don't work for you. And he said, no, you work for WWE, and I'm a McMahon. I am the WWE.
Yeah.
So you do work for me.
Yeah, I don't know how Kevin Owens missed that. Because Shane is also the commissioner. So
no, but he's not, because there's no authority figures. So he's not a commissioner of SmackDown anymore.
Okay. Well, maybe Owens has got an argument then, because I'm also confused. So KO was just sort of left.
He just left.
So I watched this. I was excited because absence makes the heart grow fonder. Haven't watched the last 4 episodes of WWE, being Raw, SmackDown, Extreme Rules, Raw. So I wanted to. I was excited, and I thought this is where Eric Bischoff's influence might be felt, or he might even be an on-screen presence. This was an immediate damp start, I thought.
Yeah, this was Shane holding a town hall meeting, which...
Such a lame way. Such a lame way to describe this segment.
Yeah.
Which is WWE's, not your description. They actually said this is the town hall.
And they had the whole SmackDown roster out on stage, including Raw stars Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe, to really get over the fact this is the SmackDown roster.
Hey, but at least they had actual stars up there. Roman Reigns, Charlotte, all the New Day.
Roman did leave very quickly, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they were there. And usually when we say this, it's that there are notable
mid-card.
absences.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So...
Yeah, credit
where credit's due.
And I thought Tyler Breeze was also there, but it turns out it was Chad Gable. It's just that I thought, why is Tyler there? But yeah, they had Shane basically say, if you have a problem with me running this show, please step forward and let me know. And no one stepped forward. Annoyingly, no one stepped forward. And Roman was the first one to stand up and was like, this is stupid. I don't like you. You can kiss my ass. And he left. And that was it.
Yeah, and as he left, Shane said...
He just started picking people.
Yeah, I'll fine you later.
Yes. I'll find... Yeah, you're going to get fined for that.
Yeah.
And then he started cherry-picking people that he wanted to hear from, that he obviously knew were going to say good things about him. So he picked out Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair stepped up. It's the first time we've seen Charlotte since the Becky feud, way back when. Money in the Bank?
What was between Money in the Bank and Extreme Rules? Was there one? Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
Was that?
No,
yeah, that was.
Was she on that show?
That was where...
I thought it was Money in the Bank when she faced Becky.
Oh, no, was she not? Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Because Bayley was feuding with Bliss.
Yes, you're correct now.
Man, good job. But yeah, Charlotte was like, I like the McMahons. I think the McMahons are great. I think this company's great. I think you're great. But then Liv Morgan stepped up to say, there's nothing real about you.
Fun line.
I was like, I've not got any TV time, and that's because people like you. And I thought, she's not been here for 2 months. What are you blaming her for not getting on TV for? But that kind of set up a match for later on in the night. Buddy Murphy also, genuinely, I can now say, he's debuted on SmackDown Live. It was on TV. It was in front of the crowds, properly, and we saw it all in front of... All of us saw it. It wasn't on YouTube or anything like that. And he said, I think Shane's brilliant. And I was like... Oh dear.
Yeah. It's a shame because I thought he was going to take a tweener stance. He had a line in there where he said because Kevin Owens brought up Buddy Murphy's name in his work shoot promo last week as an example of someone who's not getting a chance because of Shane McMahon. And Buddy Murphy says, "Well, I'll slap Kevin Owens if he mentions my name again."
Yeah.
But I thought he was also gonna, just be against everyone.
Yeah.
But you're right, that isn't the route they took with his character.
14 weeks they've had to plan his debut, and this is what they decided to go with, was to stand up and say, I think Shane is great.
Yeah.
But, let's look on the bright side of this. Don't look for a possible silver lining in there. Take a glass half full approach. Is that he's almost starting a feud with Kevin Owens, who is the number 2 babyface on the brand.
Be a hell of a series of matches.
It really would. If Buddy Murphy started having matches with Kevin Owens, like he did Owens Buddy Murphy at SummerSlam, that's a big way to really push him as a. I mean, I think we get an Owens Shane McMahon, but I'm just saying in a sort of an alternate reality. If
Well, Shane McMahon can't wrestle every week, so maybe Buddy becomes
part of the Omni Shane.
His SmackDown Drew.
Yeah, but he's got SmackDown Drew. It's Drew.
It's Drew.
And Elias.
Then just Apollo Crews started talking. Oh, sorry. Just Apollo?
No, he's Apollo Crews.
He's Apollo Crews this week. Andrade.
Has been for years. That was 1 week, yeah.
Andrade and Selena Vega challenged him to a match. Elias tried to speak, but the New Day interrupted. Kofi started doing a babyface promo. Shane cut him off and then told everyone to go away. And then Cesaro walked down and said, I'm here from Raw. I want to fight Aleister Black again.
Called himself a wild card, no less.
Yeah.
And said, I'm a wild card for tonight. I was like, is that still a thing? And
surely they've broken it in this segment alone.
I know. And then, he challenged Aleister Black to a rematch from Extreme Rules, and Shane gave it to him. And then Kevin Owens got into the ring, and I don't know how Shane managed to mess this up. He has been an on-screen character in this company for 20 years. In that 20-year period, even I know he's had time off, but in the first 3 years he was there, he must have taken 10,000 stunners.
It's got to be muscle memory at this point.
10,000 plus. Hundreds of thousands, including the house shows. And the first thing he did was double over. So he kicked it. Owens went to do the move, but Shane was already doubled over, so Owens had to pick him back up and hit the move on him. They edited it on YouTube.
It's realistic selling, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when they showed the replay immediately after, they didn't replay that bit. They replayed Kevin Owens, awesomely, by the way, appearing over Shane's shoulder. He just looked
His
awesome.
beard looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's not much of a new look, but it feels like a new look, just the way he shaped his beard. It's got a bit of grey in there as well. It's lovely.
But then the camera just does a transition effect to the stunner, so you don't see that little kick set up beforehand.
Yeah.
But my problems with Shane start before all of this. Ooh. Because there was the recap package, the whole SmackDown roster is shown up there at the start of the show, and then there's Shane in the ring. Let's have a look at what happened on Sunday night at Extreme Rules. Undertaker beats him up a load. Cut back to Shane in the ring.
Yeah.
Not selling.
No, or really, so Roman and Undertaker beat him, but to what end? Because Shane is still the Omni Shane, and if anything, the Omni Shane has grown going by this show.
Yeah.
So
he absorbs the punishment and reflects it onto us.
It just brings in more mid-carders to bounce off more Undertaker attacks.
But yeah, that was Kevin Owens looked cool escaping through the crowd. I really like this Owens character.
Loving Owens at the moment.
I saw last week a bit of not a backlash, but when people said, oh, it's like they're trying to do a CM Punk style pipe bomb promo with Kevin Owens. And then there was a contingent of people who lashed back at that saying, it's nowhere near as good as the Punk thing. I said, of course it isn't. But, it's a start.
Yes.
So I'm behind Owens.
I'm all for it.
This went straight into the Aleister Black Cesaro rematch, which was mostly a commercial break. But they...
Going by the gallery on WWE.com. It was a great match.
Yeah, it was. Everything I saw looked great. These two are just so they work so stiffly together.
Yeah, and
I loved. I was worried as soon as this match was announced because I know Black. What was match of the night? Was it?
Apart from Strowman Lashley. Totally match of the night. I loved it.
So and Black won in 9-10 minutes.
Yep.
Here I was concerned that Cesaro might just do a fluke roll-up. Or, worse, Black might do a quick roll-up. And then you're already starting to chip away. But instead, it was a black mass, a really cool-looking black mass, because Cesaro's gum shield, he spat it out when he got hit. It looked great. It was a great visual.
Selling. Yeah, it was really good. If I was to give this any form of criticism or negativity, because I actually thought it was really good and it made Black look great, what I loved about the Extreme Rules match is that Cesaro looked amazing in defeat. Both of them came out looking like next-level stars. Whereas this, I felt like Black got something out of it, Cesaro got nothing.
Yeah.
And particularly when you got Todd Phillips saying, Cesaro had a great showing in the Battle Royal. I was like, mate, he was out first. Almost immediately, he was out first.
Yeah, it is a shame, and it's part of a larger trend on this show where all of the matches underserved.
Man, they were firing through these matches.
Yeah,
there was a lot of matches on this show. They were like GIFs. Like they were that
Yeah,
short.
which that's something we usually complain about. Only 2 matches on SmackDown. Well, here's 15,
20.
and you'll get each one's 2 minutes long. Then we got Shane and Dolph talking backstage. Shane made it. Dolph versus Kevin Owens for later in the night.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan. There was a clip of.
Well, he said it was if Dolph could get him back to the arena,
right.
which was because he'd already gone.
That's
and
why
that's
he was
why
on
he
the
was that's
phone.
why he was speaking to the referee.
Daniel Bryan had a post Extreme Rules YouTube interview that previously been uploaded, and he said that he's going to go where he's never gone before.
So a lot of people were very excited for this promo because it was like this is going to be and he was advertised for the cross-branded All-Star Top 10 Battle Royal originally, and then got taken out of it because plans for Bryan changed.
Ooh.
And that was what was going to lead to this big career
Altering.
and his promo was like, I've got to go to the highs that Daniel Bryan's never been before. So everyone was thinking, it's got to be Universal Champion, or he's going to go after Lesnar because he's won the WWE Championship, so surely he's going to go after Lesnar next. And then he was here just sort of like back in the tag team mix again. I'm like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm still very intrigued by the whole thing. I'm particularly the way they sold this next segment, which was the New Day came out. Oh no, that's not the next segment, is it? That came later.
Oh, yeah. We've got some Charlotte Liv Morgan next.
Yes. Liv Morgan, nothing's changed from her Riot Squad days. But maybe this is the start to this. Because actually what I liked about this match was she was taking on Charlotte. Charlotte won, but there were moments when Liv Morgan was running wild and Charlotte was like genuinely surprised and sort of sold the shock that Liv Morgan was running wild and then beat her. And it wasn't like Charlotte dominated or like Liv dominated and then they got a fluky roll-up win. Charlotte won convincingly, but she was just taken aback by this young baby face that was running wild on her.
Yeah, that was definitely a feature of it, but it was 2 minutes long.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, it was just another one of those matches where Morgan got the upper hand early with a few spots, but nothing really troubled. Nothing was close to troubling Charlotte. It was just like, oh, I underestimated you slightly.
Yeah.
And then, like sometimes having Charlotte win so convincingly after underestimating her undermines the good stuff that Liv Morgan got in early.
Do you know what? Maybe it's just, doing the show with Steve yesterday, he really, he was instilling me this glass half full thing. When we were talking about Cedric Alexander, he was just like, hey, you know what? It doesn't make sense and it is stupid, but he's on TV. And I'm like, you know what, Steve? You're right. He is on TV.
Yeah, we can all have opinions. Steve here. And yeah, so yeah, like you said, Liv Morgan has got some cool spots. She did her Matrix dodge of Charlotte. She sort of laid down on the floor and did the Harley Quinn thing.
Yeah.
I thought she did too many tongue spots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just with her coloured tongue.
Yeah.
When Miley Cyrus first went naughty, she
Yeah.
always had her tongue out.
Yeah.
And I get what you're doing, but you're doing it too much. And that's how I feel about Liv Morgan right now.
Well, maybe that's
it's too much tongue.
Maybe that's all going to change because she grabs Corey's
Maybe your
headset.
sex tape.
She grabs Corey's headset and says that Flair was right, and when she comes back, she's going to be real.
Yeah, so teasing a gimmick change.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hopefully not, because I thought Liv Morgan's Harley Quinn gimmick is a really good idea. Would have been better when everyone was really on the Harley Quinn bandwagon.
Yeah.
But it's still a really good idea.
So you're saying this would have been good in 1992?
Or before Suicide
Suicide
Squad
Squad,
came out.
yeah.
In between the release of that first trailer and when it actually came out. Then.
And then it was like, oh, this film's terrible.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's rubbish. Oh, no! We all like a rubbish character now.
And I've already, sorted out my Comic-Con cosplay this year for a crap movie. But she was, because the interaction with Charlotte earlier, Charlotte accused her of being a phony as well, mainly the coloured tongue and stuff.
No one's born with blue tongues.
Yeah, so maybe that means that Liv Morgan's going to go to a realistic gimmick.
Could be.
Which that really takes away one of the main selling points about her.
Let's see what they come at. Let's see what they come back with.
All right, Steve here.
Having said that, they've had 14 weeks. And this is what they came up with. They had 14 weeks, and their answer was, we need to have some time off so we can think about this.
Then Drake Younger, the referee, and Dolph Ziggler are looking at their phones. Then we got Fire and Desire taking on Ember Moon and Bayley. And Bayley was like built as a surprise teammate.
She was a mystery partner, yeah. Fire and Desire challenged Ember to a match last week and said, if you can find yourself a tag team partner, then
find yourself a friend, you nerd.
Exactly, that sort of thing. And yeah, she found a tag team partner in Bayley, and they very quickly won. Moon hit the Eclipse and won, and then Kayla Braxton got in the ring and she said, "What's next for Bayley?" Like it's a WrestleRamble weekend title. What's next for Bayley? And she said that she wants to elevate this division. She took her time. The crowd started chanting for Ember, and she said, "Yeah, it's going to be Ember Moon." Matches on. Ember was very excited. She said, "Hell yeah, I'm very excited."
Yeah.
I think it will be a terrific match if it's given some time. And with a bit of luck, it will, actually I'm saying with a bit of luck, if booked correctly, can elevate Ember Moon up into the top of the women's division. So that top mix where she should have been this time last year before her injury.
I hope so. Hey, I'm doing a Steve here.
Yeah.
I hope that my glass is half full.
You can only hope. What I am excited for is Nakamura being interviewed backstage by Not Renee when he said he's going to rain down chaos, and Prince Ali walks up behind him and just says, "Congrats, champ," and walks away. And with Finn seemingly feuding with Wyatt, even though they're not on the same brand, then Prince Ali looks like he's going to be going into a feud with Nakamura over the title instead. Thumbs up for that, mate.
Yeah, really exciting. That's great. Nakamura hasn't been around a lot. Ali hasn't either. He's gotten a few promos here and there.
Yeah.
So this is really exciting. All over the United States Championship.
Title of your sex tape.
But yeah, Nakamura did say that he'll rain down chaos.
And
then came out as part of Shane McMahon's mid-card of evil.
Yes, he did.
Way to really rain that chaos.
Well, I don't know if this is because this was picked up on last week as well, because Finn Balor in their promo against Nakamura, I think it was at Extreme Rules or something along these lines anyway, said that Nakamura is an artist. He likes to paint chaos. And so that's now twice they've brought up chaos in terms of Nakamura.
For everyone who doesn't know what we're alluding to, Nakamura is one of the founding members of New Japan faction Chaos, which Okada was a part of, Tomohiro Ishii, Jay White and Gato were until they... Gato!
But yeah, so whether or I think it's just like a little cute reference. I don't think he's going to be starting a faction or anything. If anything, he's part of the Omni Chain now, so that's the chaos that he's reigning instead.
Then we got the New Day section, which turned into the six-man tag. But before then, it was billed as Daniel Bryan making a career-altering announcement. The New Day came out first. They said, "We accept your tag title rematch."
Before that, can I be Captain Nitpick?
Go ahead.
Xavier Woods said that Kofi is... you should start calling him Simon Phoenix because he's the Demolition Man. And I was like, mate, that was Stallone's character. Simon Phoenix was the baddie.
Tweet him that.
It's in my review.
Down. And Bryan came out. He teased he was going to say something with Rowan. Rowan was there too. And he walked out. Then he walked back live and he did it again, walked out.
The key to this, though, is when he's walking back out, he's wiping away tears from his face. Like I think the reason he walked to the back is because he didn't want to cry in front of the audience. And so when he comes back, he's sort of like wiping away tears from his eyes. And he did it again when he came back out the second time. It's almost like he was getting frustrated that the crowd didn't want to listen to what he had to say and for this career-altering injury. And that's why he just, a career-altering statement, right? And that's why he just dropped the mic and walked away. I
think they are playing with that charged wording. In that, whenever you hear Korea and Daniel Bryan, I think, oh my God, no!
Someone tweeted me saying like he was doing he did do a diving headbutt at Extreme Rules. Do you think it's like going to be that kind of announcement? Do you? And I was like, no, I think they're playing this up as a storyline, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, my initial thing was it's going to be he's just going to say I'm a singles star again.
Yeah.
But then saying he's going to go where he's never gone before, he's very much been there before. A lot.
Yeah.
Until recently.
I was going to say, it felt like this sort of promo, that promo we cut at Extreme Rules and this was sort of like disjointed. There wasn't really much of a connection to them, between them. But I do like this sort of like, particularly the crying aspect of it, of whether it's like he's properly losing it. and he really is going off the rails, and that's where he's not been before. Is like it's a crazed Daniel Bryan.
Or the thing that he's never done before is start a proper cult, and he brings in Luke Harper.
Well, PW Insider did report that Luke Harper is back on the road with WWE.
Whether they use him on TV or not is
That's
a different
matter,
question.
yeah.
And then you can have Daniel Bryan with the new Wyatt family versus The Fiend. But The Fiend's a heel.
Heel.
A feel.
A feel.
He's a heel, yeah.
A heel, yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, like you, I am intrigued. I didn't think... I saw some people get annoyed with this segment because,
I don't get annoyed by it.
false advertising with WWE. But this was a heel move.
WWE? False advertising? No.
After this, we got Carmella walking around backstage and finds R-Truth in a hollowed-out printer.
I thought it was a washing machine.
Was it a washing machine?
Yeah, like a tumble dryer one.
Right.
You kind of like you fill in from the top.
Okay. And then Carmella says, "I've got a really good hiding space for you," and they walk off.
Yeah, I believe she said Comic-Con is the hiding place. So I think they're going to go film some stuff at Comic-Con with the 24/7
Right, that's
title.
good, because this didn't pay off on this episode.
I didn't.
So they should have really made a bigger thing of Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
It washed over me. Then we got, speaking of making a bigger thing of, that they should have done, the Kabuki Warriors finally got their title match, their tag team title match against the IIconics, and it went 2 minutes. Billie Kay just took the count-out loss, so they retained the titles, and they got beaten up a bit by the Kabuki Warriors afterwards. They went running, and Paige stood tall with them.
I liked the finish because the last week 2 weeks ago, or nearly 3 weeks ago now, they earned this title match. Then last week they kept saying they pushed back the match because Billie Kay wasn't feeling very well. So now the match had finally been made official. So it's the Kabuki Warriors finally getting this title match that they've been sort of teasing since post WrestleMania, and it was Billie Kay getting up onto the apron to get back into the ring, and then there's just this moment of realization of like, I could just get counted out. And they get counted out, and they're on the ring doing like the smart tap and stuff like that. I thought they sold it really well. Maybe I was just happy to see them back on TV again. But I liked that finish. I'm not into the storyline at all. But and I don't think the company are either, because this really feels like, oh God, I suppose we better do something, I guess.
That's exactly what I've written. Look, this feels like such a, quote, "oh, we had to do this match." It's like, we did that thing to sell the tickets in the Japan tour with the stipulation. Okay, right, put it, no, don't put it second from the end, because that's the real, put it third from the end. We'll give it a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then hopefully people will forget about it.
Did you see Paige's interview about the women's tag titles?
Is it our fault?
No, she actually blamed writers. She blamed creative for it. She was like, it's like talking to a brick wall. I have to keep reminding them that tag belts exist. But then she had the line of, but when you go to speak to Vince and Triple H, things get changed.
Yeah.
And I was like, balderdash, mate. Otherwise, you'd have been on TV.
Yeah.
The other thing of this, did you hear the Bella twins story?
Well, it was meant to be the Bella twins getting the tag title run.
A tag title shot. That's why it was given to the IIconics.
Yeah.
So they could then feud with the Bella twins after WrestleMania, but then Nikki Bella found out she couldn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
And so they just dropped that storyline. And that's why the titles haven't been featured on TV, because they didn't have a plan B.
They've got so much time. Man, you just need an hour in a coffee shop to bat some ideas back and
But they
forth.
don't care about the belts. This is exactly what Sasha Banks worried about. Like those reports that she didn't want to put them on the IIconics because they'd just be treated like a joke. And lo and behold, they've not been featured on TV, and now they are treated as a joke.
Yeah, and I look, the women's tag belts, they started off here and they've gone downhill.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not like they were ever this big thing. They never really got a chance. I know the Banks Bayley run was meant to be big, but it wasn't. Asuka is the real victim here.
Oh, yeah.
Asuka's amazing. Kairi Sane.
Yeah, I know, right? Bearing in mind, Asuka was SmackDown Women's Champion in January. She lost the belt just before WrestleMania.
There's a ready-made program there.
I know.
Bayley, Becky Lynch took on Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross. When there's Ember Moon and Asuka
Sonya Deville.
sitting right there.
Oh, man, it's annoying.
Sonya Deville, the other Riot Squad member,
Sarah
Logan.
Sarah Logan.
Who got that amazing
The
Battle
WrestleMania-
Royal
the-
spot.
an amazing finish until Carmella ruined everything. Did Carmella eventually get her title shot out of that? Was she meant to get a title shot out of it? Because Naomi was meant to get one last year and she didn't.
I don't know. Randy will
don't
get
think
on
so.
it.
Did
He'll
she
Well,
research.
just get a trophy this year?
After that, we got Apollo versus Andrade. There's 10 minutes left of the show at this point. And I know we've got the Owens-Ziggler match.
Yeah.
So,
This isn't going long.
It didn't go long. Andrade beat up Apollo before the bell, but Apollo valiantly told the ref he'll carry on fighting. Andrade beats him up some more, but Apollo reverses a pin to win. Meh.
Yeah. No one gets over.
No. And it's a shame because these are two very talented guys.
Yeah.
It's a waste. Then we got the Fiend recap.
So this is your first chance seeing this.
Excellent.
Awesome, right?
I would have done it, a month ago.
3 weeks ago, yeah.
But I loved everything that they did about it. The slow jong, jong, jong of the lights going off. The laugh at the end. Sometimes Bray Wyatt's laugh grates at me. And just I think it's too much. But this was perfectly judged, I thought.
Yeah.
The freaking mask.
Cool, right. It's wicked.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steve had this theory on the show yesterday, and a few people have said similar things on the old Twitter sphere and in the super chats as well. Finn lost the IC title at Extreme Rules on the pre-show, no less. He then lost to Joe, and he then got beaten up by The Fiend. We build to Fiend Demon at SummerSlam, with The Fiend being the first person to beat the Demon on the main roster, effectively killing the Demon off, because now to Ballas in, they go like, well, I can't even win when I'm the Demon. He has his little bit of time off, comes back, turns heel, joins the club.
That's very cool. I like that. I hope it happens.
It's long-term. Well, it's not long-term storytelling, but at least it's character-driven storytelling.
I hope it happens.
I hope it happens.
We've got an update.
She did not get a title shot. She just won the Uterus Trophy.
Okay.
Uterus Trophy it was. Then we got Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler for the main event. Dolph was just like all over Owens from the start. Sleeper. It was pretty boring.
Oh, yeah. A Dolph match?
Yeah.
Been boring in 2019.
But he's really good. I just don't get why he puts... Well, I imagine it's the agents telling him to do these matches.
Yeah.
But, he's a much better wrestler than this.
That's the other big thing you missed from Raw. They tease what Ziggler's next feud is, actually. It's with The Miz.
Oh, but Meltzer said that probably isn't happening.
Then what the hell was the segment all about then?
I don't know. But there was a really... Like, when Owens came back, it was awesome. I thought the super kick and the senton... And I just love KO as a babyface.
Yeah.
I just thought that's all I wanted. And then Shane comes out with all the heels. B-Team, Andrade, Cesaro,
AOP,
Elias,
Buddy, Shelton.
Buddy Murphy. AOP were there.
Well, that's what commentary said. I didn't see them, but commentary said that AOP were there.
That's a shame.
It's just
That's
like...
a shame.
And we were joking last week that the Omni Shane was getting out of control because Shane is now involved with feuds and storylines with The Revival, Drew, Elias, The Undertaker, Roman, and now Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens. And then all of the heels come out with him here, and I'm like, this is getting so silly now. Why are all the heels just siding with Shane? It literally makes no sense.
Yeah. Then Owens, off that distraction, Ziggler hits the least effective move in WWE, the zigzag. But it got a pop out of me when Owens kicked out. So it still serves some purpose.
So it is effective then.
Yeah. Then KO hits a stunner, goes to pin Ziggler, but Shane pulls him out. And KO quickly stunners Shane and just legs it.
Legs it because all the heels are going to chase after him.
Which was, I don't know. I like the stunner, and I get why he ran off. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't know if I would have booked it so he has to run off. I think that's a bad visual for the character you're trying to portray.
Yeah, and really, you didn't need all those heels around ringside with Shane.
No.
So you could have just had
Shane and Drew.
Shane come out. Or, Drew. And Drew then just goes to the... like, if he runs through the crowd, then you can just have Drew just, shaking his fist and be like, oh, you...
Oh.
I'm going to get you once I stop being embarrassed by Cedric.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've written down here. So Shane's just like... on the ground. Drew's consoling him. We'll get him next time. I was like, why is Drew still a part of this? Why?
And we honestly thought on Raw, we were like, I think the Omnishane's done. I think like Roman and The Undertaker killed the Omnishane. But no, in fact, they just gave it more power.
Both Heyman and Bischoff reportedly offered the chance to blank slate it all. No, I think that's Shane McMahon's money.
Yeah.
Like Shane says, Kayla Braxton gives Shane McMahon a mic, well, holds a mic to his face at least, and Shane says KO will pay, and then pushes Braxton's arm aside.
You get dirty hands on.
Crowd went nuclear. How dare you do that to Braxton?
Queen of segues.
But that's the best. That's the cliffhanger. I thought that was a real limp ending to the show.
I am not into Shane versus Owens at SummerSlam. Granted, I think I would probably say I'm not into Shane versus blank at SummerSlam.
That's fair.
But I really, really like Kevin Owens at the moment. So him feuding with effectively the top heel in the company, there is something to be said for that. But I suppose the question now is, where do you go with Roman? Because we all thought it was going to be Roman Shane at SummerSlam, and then you do Drew Undertaker, or you could do Roman with Kofi, but now he's with Orton. So Roman's sort of like, I don't know where he could go in SummerSlam plans. And the more it's happening, the more I think we are extending out the Roman Shane feud until Survivor Series, where you do Team Roman versus Team Shane.
The dark timeline. But overall, a good episode in terms of future feud building, but not actually that fun a show.
Yeah, but smack bang in the middle.
Yeah, lots of short matches. What were you gonna? You had your hand up.
Oh no,
Randy.
that was just to say that what Meltzer said was that it wasn't going to be Dolph Miz at SummerSlam. They're going to have a TV feud, but just not at SummerSlam.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's get over to your super chats then.
We shall, and also you're talking about Shane against Kevin Owens. There was a report from Brad Shepard who, he's going to say take it with a bit of pinch of salt, who said it's going to be in a cage match, but.
Yeah,
we can't. Brad Shepard has an iffy record, should we say?
We had one thing right.
He had that one thing.
He had that one.
He had the XFL.
He had the XFL, but then he has had nothing since. And in fact, if anything, all of his reports have been like he's sliced wrestling at this point.
Maybe that's what he does. Michael Davey says, "Welcome back, Ollie. Love for you too, Luke."
Thanks, mate.
For me, what legends will win the 24/7 title at the Raw reunion?
Oh, that's a
great
idea.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, cheers for the speedy email replies, Ollie. You're a hero. No one has ever said before.
No. You were lucky.
Could have won a good day.
Yeah, all of them, hopefully.
I love that so much. Oh my god, that's a
No,
great.
you shouldn't.
That's a great use. That like the $1 Million Man.
Yes,
like,
you should
sort of buy it. I think that's such a good idea because there's a massive long list of people that are going to be there.
Would you like me to read it?
Not all of them. No, don't, because we've got to zip through.
We've got to zip through this. But I really like that idea. Although I'm really hoping that Raw Reunion has got. Apparently, it was requested by the USA Network. It wasn't a Vince or Heyman idea. I just hope that they are going to effectively use the nostalgia bump in ratings to do a big angle that'll make people want to tune in the following week.
Let's see. I hope so.
I predicted they were going to do Rollins Lesnar, and so like Rollins comes out and says, "Let's do the match right now," and you do the Universal title switch there.
Yeah.
And not just lots of backstage skits with people.
Exactly. Yeah. Ron Simmons coming out saying, "Damn."
He will. Sean Turner says, "I want Kofi to destroy Randy's car again."
Oh yeah, that was part of that big angle that they did way back when, 10 years ago.
Sure, let's chuck it in.
Wyatt Yapple says, "Just wanted to say thanks for all the content."
Cheers, man. Thanks for watching.
Jobber JJ says, "Ollie, did R-Truth interrupt you and your lady partner's privacy?"
Yeah. I was not the champion.
No,
R-Truth cock blocked me again. Me and Drake.
Sean Martinez says, "I'm kind of upset I didn't get to buy the boys at WrestleTalk a beer during my visit to England, but I'll be back in September."
I know, man. It was poor. It was not poor timing. It's just we couldn't make it work. It was poor timing on our part.
That beer can happen still.
It will. Eric Mitch says, "My first super chat. Welcome back, Ollie. I watched from Vietnam, and if any of you guys are in Ho Chi Minh City, holler at me and we can go for beers."
My parents loved Vietnam.
Everyone I know who's been there loved it as well. So. Wilson Simon says, what matches, video packages, or moments in WWE history give you chills? And can I answer this one quickly? So I was on Squared Circle earlier, and someone was like, oh, I just remembered the Daniel Bryan monster
From WrestleMania.
I watched that again. It's great. It's 4 minutes long, but it's brilliant.
I mean, I know you disagree with this, but it's Austin Rock WrestleMania X7.
Yeah.
Yeah. The My Way promo. So good.
My Sacrifice, Creed, SummerSlam.
Sacrifice.
Nobody asked Nate. I think this was him attempting to tell me that my mic wasn't working. Sorry to everyone for that. Apparently, my voice was not very audible at all. I did not click a little button, but I know that for next time. So yeah, sorry for that. Finn K says, so Orton was off TV for a longer time, and it seems he is more over because of it. Who should take time off next? Hashtag Randy Datson Takeover.
I wouldn't say he was more over. I'd say he was over. Like, that doesn't differentiate for a normal Orton entrance.
I would say so, yeah. Orton's going to get that pop regardless if he's on TV every week or not.
But in terms for a break for someone else, God, I always used
Buddy
to say
Murphy's
Dolph
had too
Ziggler.
much TV time.
Yeah. I don't know. They've sort of flattened everyone out where that won't even help them.
I'm going with Balor. Balor's requested that time off, comes back, turns heel, joins the club.
Yeah, it's the best one,
Wallow TV, who is Dan, says, welcome back, Ollie. I missed you, smiley face.
I missed you too, Dan.
We missed you, Dan.
We always miss Dan. Saul Garcia, thank you for your donation. Anthony James says, Owens and Shayna Lumberjack match at SummerSlam, please, and more SmackDown Live.
SmackDown Live.
Live, yeah. Possibly added to Ember Bayley, with Charlotte also making it a 4-way.
I think Liv Morgan needs to be built up considerably before she gets a title match.
You say that, but Natalia is going for the Raw Women's Championship.
Hey, yeah. That's also bad, but don't give me an example of bad booking to justify the other bad booking.
I'm just saying, it can happen.
Yes, it totally can happen. You're right.
If anything, if it's going to turn to a fatal 4-way, then it's Fire and Desire being thrown in, right? You do with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville against Bayley and Ember Moon.
Ben, Bad Predictor Greenwood says, welcome back, Ollie. I hope Randy Borton is only in this feud to give Kofi a credible challenger, but if Orton wins, then it's gross.
Oh, yeah. I can't see him winning.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Which means he will.
Josh Dominicis says, how will Heyman and Bischoff be able to run their own shows if the guys they're pushing on their shows get random losses on the other shows?
That's a fair point, actually.
It's a very fair point. That's why the sort of joint roster thing isn't really working at the moment, while still treating them as two separate shows.
Maybe it will be re-established, this split, once both people are in place.
Yeah, when Bischoff decides to show up for work.
Yeah. Barely Average Gaming says, Randy, your mic is off. I'm sorry, I'm a barely average producer. So, Sean Turner says, make Liv Morgan the female Gargano. Need a champer?
I'm not sure Liv Morgan is the female Gargano in WWE.
A lot of people love her.
Oh, yeah.
She's improved massively.
Yeah, she's improved massively. And I like her gimmick, but I just haven't seen enough of her.
No.
Really.
Barely Average Gaming again says, hey guys, just bought my WrestleTalk Almanac.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys recommend a wallet for me to buy?
I mean, just off the top of my head,
it's the Rich wallet. It's one, looks just like this one.
that is a shoot wallet. That is a shoot in use wallet.
Look, a wallet that everyone in the office got, apart from me. For whatever reason.
We need your one for props in the video.
That's true. Reese Huggett says, hey guys, first time super chatting. Can you actually see Randy winning the title? It might just be me, but I don't see him as the top guy on a brand.
No, I don't. But I think that Randy is the sort of guy that when you put him into near-fall situations, the crowd will buy into him. Like during the heat of a match, the crowd will buy in that Orton could win, whereas like no one's doing that with Joe or Dolph Ziggler. But I think they would with Orton.
Yeah.
Donovan Garcia. That's a brilliant way of spelling Donovan. Hey guys, and welcome back, Ollie. Missed my favorite Wrestle Talker. What do you guys think will be Aleister's first main roster championship?
Ooh,
I would love to see Kofi beat Orton at SummerSlam, and then Aleister Black come out and just black mass him, and then that's your next championship feud.
Blimey. Not an Eric Bischoff show, my friend. I'm a traditionalist. Build them up from the mid-card title, and then you go into the main event. So obviously Nakamura and the United States title.
Yes.
Sean Turner thanking Laurie for fixing the mic and says, please take over WrestleTalk again.
Oh, for Laurie? Yeah. Well, he's going to be doing more videos. He's going to be doing the news.
He is, yeah.
Monday.
He's back to doing Monday newses as of next week.
Yeah.
Wilson Simon says, Shane puts Liv in a 3-on-1. Shane thinks there's no way she can win. Now she's a loser and she can't be on the show. Liv wins anyway. That's a booking idea from Wilson Simons.
Yeah, that's it. If she comes back with this new repackaged gimmick, that could be a good way to start off her momentum.
Rons Rahan, or Rajan possibly, says, who's hairier, Ollie or A-Train?
Oh, A-Train, 100%.
I don't know.
Ollie's not hairy on his back.
I'm weirdly bald on my back.
I know.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah. No,
No
whereas
hair
like
here.
where like A-Train, Prince Albert as I would have known him, is like 90% body hair.
Yeah.
Like the only place he hasn't got body hair is on his eyes.
And
his
his head.
I think given a chance.
The cruel irony.
Martin Correa says, Ollie, are you guys going to do a New Japan Royal Quest review?
We will probably touch on it because we are hoping to go to the show in the day, but then we're live streaming All Out.
Yes, so it's a case of trying to find what time that show finishes, what time All Out starts, and how much time we've got in between to be able to
eat
and
We could do a vlog.
and get something edited, or like maybe
Yeah.
we'll live stream something. I don't know, but they reckon it's going to be Zack versus Okada for the title.
Tasty.
Tasty main event.
Some guy called Jer Personen says, a censor once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Welcome back, Ollie. Hashtag lovely times with the boys.
Lovely times with the boys.
Were you here when Lovely Times with the Boys was interesting?
No.
That's an NXT thing, I think.
Why is there a Hannibal quote in there as well?
I don't know why
know.
there's a Hannibal quote there, but that's just become the new name for the show now is Lovely Time with the Boys.
I like that.
Brett J. Rasmussen says, good to see you back, Ollie. Wish you were back yesterday to the Ramble with Luke and Steve from going in Raw. Have you seen Fight for the Fallen yet?
No, I haven't. No, I really want to watch the Omega Chima match.
Apparently the Cody Rhodes, or the Rhodes Brothers Young Bucks match, do the Wrestling Observer's review. Not the Wrestling Observer, but Figure 4's review, if it was. It's the best Young Bucks match I've ever seen.
Whoa. I will definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Because I care about the outcomes of that promotion.
Yeah, I still have not found time in my week to watch it yet, but I'm going to try and do tomorrow. I might actually have a bit of time in the morning to be able to do it.
Clifford Miller says, hey, Luke, did you see the tweet I sent you?
Depends on when you sent it, Clifford. I'll do a quick refresh of my notifications now.
Awesome. Dustin Pylon Pelon says, Tomo's Super Chat Vortex will lead us to glory.
Tomo.
RJ Cameron says, Buddy Murphy is alive. Big E, heel turn confirmed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big E's going to turn heel. Oh, yeah.
Did you say it was Callum?
I said Clifford Miller.
Oh, Clifford, sorry. Then
I'll do another one.
Yeah, do another one.
Rons Rajan
Yes, I have.
says, how does Roman have an issue with a show he's never on?
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
I missed the question, sorry.
Why does Roman have an issue with Shane McMahon when he's never there, really?
He was there last week. He had a match last week and everything, yeah.
Graham Scrivener says, if Brock Lesnar retains his title, which I hope not, who is next for him?
Yeah, that is interesting. I would hope that he would. Do you think he'll stick? Do you think he'll be on Raw more often because Paul Heyman's in charge, and Paul might be like,
his contract runs out in March or April next year.
"Oh, don't go by that. It'll never end."
Come on, I was going to say, Good Brothers, their contract was going to end as well. Look at them now.
AJ Styles would be a great shout. Tweener faction.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Clifford, I did get your tweet. Yes, email me, luke@wrestletalk.com.
Awesome. Tim Arndt says, there is something for me to de-stress. WrestleTalk, the place I feel most comfortable. You guys and the SWAF Nation are so welcoming, especially Tomo and Jobber. I love you guys.
Thanks very much, my
I'm
friend.
glad you
Yes.
found some super chat friends.
Absolutely.
Some super friends.
Super chat friends.
Graham Scrivener possibly says, are you going to New Japan World Quest show in August? Because me and my fiance are.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully see you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say hello. Forever314 says, we're only a few weeks away from a pay-per-view whenever the WrestleTalk Universal Champion Ollie Davis is actually showing up for work.
SummerSlam season.
It's got to be one of the big ones. It's the end of WrestleTalk Season 2.
The AdNap says Murphy, Cesaro, Andrade, Joe, Nakamura, and AOP to be Shane's League of Nations 7.0.
What an exciting prospect.
Jobber JJ says, just wanted to say WrestleTalk is a home where I can be myself. I love Tomo and Tim Art. You're being very wholesome today, everyone.
This is lovely.
Very nice
I
of you.
love the SWAF Nation, and I love the little community.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Someone was saying to me, they went on one of our YouTube videos and they were just like, man, all your comments are really nice. I was like, yeah. And I said, have you been on any other YouTube video? And I said, well, occasionally. And I went, they're not nice.
Do you want another one?
Yes.
Tomo says, I completely agree with Tim and Jobber. The SWAF Nation loves WrestleTalk, and WrestleTalk loves the SWAF Nation. I just love seeing everyone participating in these streams and watching all the videos. Everyone deserves love.
Isn't that nice?
Stop it.
It is wonderful. Thank you very much. And Oblivious Kari says, Kabuki Jobber entrance until entrance is better.
In all fairness, I mean, their entrance music is terrible.
What is it?
It's just the
Can't
two
remember.
themes,
Oh,
but
I thought it probably
they
was.
stop start.
Yo-ho.
It's dreadful.
It should interject with Paige's entrance music occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
Like not even on a like 7 seconds, 3 seconds.
As a scream, and then it goes, yo-ho.
And I mean, the IIconics barely got an entrance either because they didn't care about that match.
No. Ed Fries, thank you for your donation.
Thanks,
Callum
Ed.
Sloan says, I'm a huge Drew McIntyre fan, and I understand the main roster hasn't been kind to him and that he's completely leveled out. But why haven't they strung a rocket to the moon on this amazing man?
But they probably think they are because he's aligned with Shane.
That's true.
He's with the biggest heel in the company.
They were so close to last year when he beat Kurt Angle, and then
Yeah. Oh God, I completely forgot about that. Also, he's been in so many high-profile matches with Roman. They'd probably think they are pushing him.
he's getting the rub.
He's getting the rub.
Ed Fry says, why does Bryan's YouTube content count but not Cross or Murphy?
It's whether it's replayed on the show.
There it is. It's whether because that's been turned into a storyline. Whereas Buddy Murphy's promo, which bearing in mind he cut on Mustafa Ali, and they're not feuding, is why it doesn't count.
Yeah. Judas Black says, you nerds are crazy. Suicide Squad is a great movie.
Oh, well, it's just nice to know the director of Suicide Squad watches WrestleTalk. I genuinely can't remember what his name was.
You see someone did a point out the other day that you called me a nerd for liking Harry Potter, called Pete a nerd for liking Game of Thrones, and then you started talking about how much you like D&D.
Yeah, it's because D&D is cool.
I think it's an ironic statement.
Yes, when I call people nerds, it's ironic because I am.
I know.
Yes.
Look at our set.
Look at us. I'm wearing a Jurassic Park T-shirt, for God's sake. It's an obscure Jurassic Park T-shirt as well. But yeah, it's... who was the director of David Ayer?
David Ayer, yeah.
He also did that terrible Bright movie as well. He had a bad run of form.
I haven't seen either. Nate dropped surname and says, Bryan will go where he never has. The Shane Vortex.
I thought you were going to say like a McDonald's or maybe that's it. He has a crisis of meat and he starts to go to
we've seen that
all
one on
these
Twitter a few
restaurants.
times. Dwayne Cooley says, hello, Ollie. Welcome back, crying face, crying face. Naomi did get her title shot in December against Asuka.
December.
A year and a half afterwards, yeah. Fair enough.
Was it connected to the trophy or
Yeah.
was it just she got a title shot?
I think she may have tweeted to say, I never got my title shot. And they were like, oh, no, she didn't, did she? Oh, have one here. Jeffrey Pridemore
I'm sure it was
says,
treated very seriously.
is Ollie aware of Shelton Benjamin's new gimmick?
Yeah, you did see it, didn't you?
Yeah,
There's an awkward fart.
Is he still doing it?
He did it last week again.
Oh, why wasn't it on this show?
He didn't do it on this show. But he was back with the Omnishane for this show.
Was he?
And again, he was asked about the main event. Like, just before the main event happened, he's like, who do you think is going to win in the main event? And he just started doing the little face thing.
Just the last person on Earth I thought would be doing that face.
Yeah.
Max Allen says, do you think The Fiend will be New Kane from 1977 or the New Kane in 2012?
From 1977.
Sorry, 1997.
I was going to say.
My reading wrong there. Sorry. Max.
Generic I hope he'll be the first Fiend. Comment.
I like that one.
Limps, who is Tomo's number 2 fan, says, can Luke do a the best in the world, the Swaft Nation, in honor of the Swaft Nation? Cheers, y'all. Not Randy. And I hate to say this, but I missed Ollie. Oh, no, Oil.
Yeah. I can do, although I've got some hate for it recently.
The best in the world.
Yeah, a few people have said, going like, I think you should stop doing that now. It's actually
Don't
really,
listen to them.
Yeah, it's like, as I find it annoying when they do it on TV, I don't need to see you doing it as well.
Just do a quick one.
Yeah.
Don't elongate.
The best in the world! The Swaff Nation.
Oh,
It's
congratulations,
quite
everyone.
annoying,
Anthony James says, Big E heel turn and joins Fire and Desire and starts throwing donuts to the crowd instead of pancakes.
What a heel turn.
You know what? That's
Stale-
the only way you could make it work.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
really is.
stale pancakes. Kerry Banks says, I work with adults with developmental disabilities who love WWE. You'll help me be able to stay informed and engage with them on a more personal level.
That's
That's
wicked.
lovely.
Cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
good for
good.
you, Kerry. Limps again says, the top 4 remarkable things for me this week: Bray's return, Aleister Black's Black Mass, Jack Gallagher's headbutt, and Corey Graves' small package joke. Have you seen the headbutt? That was a good headbutt.
No, I've heard the match was very good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a clip of it on your screen.
Yeah.
That suplex to the outside.
Not match of the year, but a very good match. Tim Peterson says, where does Paul Heyman get his awesome suits? Speaking of suits, Ross had your jacket on, Ollie.
I know
Did
someone
he?
tweeted it to me. It was a
When?
WTF Moments intro.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like he's got heat now. He's got heat with me. It's coming up to a year.
It is, yeah.
SummerSlam.
I'm so sorry, whoever, I think his name is Kostas, because your name is in Greek. Ollie maybe read it for me, but Ollie, how was Santorini? Greek Kostas here. That's how I figured out Kostas.
Oppa!
Oppa.
Santorini was great. Thanks for asking.
Awesome. Josh Vinchkovsky. Thank you for your donation.
Thank you.
Evie Duran says, sorry I'm late to the party, but Ollie's back. Getting ready for work, but can't wait to watch this back later today. I love you guys.
I
Did you say
love
it
you
was-
too.
Did you say it was Evie Duran?
I did.
Can you let me? Is it Evie or Erica? Because I think you've changed your name on Patreon, but I wasn't sure if we needed to change it in the shout out. So if you can send me a message on Patreon and let me know, that'd be really lovely. Thank you.
Maybe she has a twin. Xander
Genuinely thought she might have done.
LS11 says, without WrestleTalk, there is no Xandermania.
Oh,
Xandermania!
Xandermania running wild.
Nicholas Belgrath, thank you for your donation. Ben
Thank you.
Rubbish at Predictions Greenwood says, who's Aleister Black's next opponent if not Kofi?
Nakamura?
Could be, but he's with Ali. So what you need like a program for Black to fill into.
He's going to face Cesaro for 2 months.
Yeah, maybe.
It's quite clear.
Yeah, you're probably right because we all really enjoyed that one match they've had. So
Yeah.
we'll just do it over and over again.
That's how they got Ricochet over.
Yeah.
And Black used to be in a tag team with Ricochet. It's another show. There isn't a crossover of viewers.
You're
They can
absolutely
do this sort of thing.
Pavi, who is Luke's number 1 fan. I think we've actually got 2 Luke's number 1 fans. We have to have a fight.
Thank you very
Tim,
much.
that's exactly what someone who is about to turn would say. Tim is turning heel against Tomo and JJ, and then he or she adds, recruiting 2 fellows to go against Tim, Tomo, and JJ.
Crikey, we're having a
Warfare.
faction split before it's
This
even
is, yeah.
taken over yet.
This is hot shotting.
This is the invasion angle all over again.
Your casual fan says nothing, but thank you for your donation.
Thank you very much.
KJ says, just throw the women's tag titles in the trash. They're meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be disrespectful, but phase them out.
Yeah. Just pretend they never happened.
We
We'll all forget this time next year.
We have 4 or 5 more, so let's go quickly. John Marth says, does Ollie know about Bayley Sting versus Kyrie Kane?
I saw an image of Kyrie Kane.
Yep, that was on Twitter yesterday.
Okay.
Loved it.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Graham Scrivener says, hi guys, I follow you on Twitter and you're the best. Love to work with you.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Email Andy, get involved with the website.
Yeah, absolutely. Sir Andy, WrestleTalk.com. Sir Darko the Third says, so we got Dolphin Ziggler versus the King of Soft Style Miz. But it's not at SummerSlam.
Do you know what? It's not a feud I could possibly care about in 2019.
And lastly, oh no, we got no one. Tim Peterson says, I'll join the raid against Tomo and his cronies. Oh, we are starting a fight here. Oh, Sir Darko again says, we need to write to censor 2.0 with Corbin and Lacey. And Michael Dominguez is the last one who says, Andy, roll them. Carro, burro, perro, tierra, and corrido. He told me to.
Don't encourage him.
Well, thank you very much for all your super chats. Let's get on to our Pledge Hammer shout-outs for all those Patreons of $25 a month or more. Head over to WrestleTalk's Patreon page to get your things.
Your name's shouted out in this section of the show, and you get your own wrestling nickname with it as well.
And we've got loads of other things. We're reviewing Invasion,
2001.
the infamous WWF Invasion pay-per-view for this month. And we're going to get very drunk at the end for Ramble Club.
Ramble Club, the episode in June, is one of the greatest things this channel has ever put out.
Yeah.
It's, my wife, to quote my wife, it's borderline unlistenable to us.
We got very drunk. So thank you, the Wildcat, Andrew Harris.
Yes, nice. Arnie K. The K stands for coolest dude ever.
Yeah.
Oh, but Andy, don't woo. People get annoyed when you woo. Don't do the
Really?
woo. Yeah, there was a few comments last week. I meant to mention that to you. That's my fault. I meant to tell you that.
No worries. Ken, I'm not eligible to get a case of craft beer. De Leon.
Yes,
Stop it, Andy! The genius of Alexander Miloshevsky.
No, it's so it's an Io Shirai thing. He's the genius of the Alexander Miloshevsky. But it might be Miloshevsky.
You said it. Whoa!
Disrespectfully classy, Marky Blassie.
Hey. Don't have a Shane Cowley, man.
Yeah,
Whoa.
nice 90s reference.
Charlie, drink it in. Z-Man.
Yeah. The Hatchet, Cameron Matchett.
Yeah. And Roman Mulyava.
Yeah.
So good.
Thank you very much for all watching today. Please click the videos that have just appeared on the desk to catch up with the latest awesome Wrestle Talk things, and this button right here, which will get you on our Patreon.
Thank you. Pledge Hammer on Patreon. I've been Luco, and this has been Ollie Davis. Over there was Andy Datson, and that were Rambling.
That was the Rambling Show. It was the Rambling Show with Ollie and Luke, and sometimes Andy. Ollie and Luke, and sometimes Andy. Ollie and Luke, and sometimes Andy, who's still having trouble ending the feed. Having trouble ending the feed. Feed.